Hello loves, welcome back to my channel. Today we're testing out some more new drugstore makeup and we're gonna see if it is worth the hype and worth the money or not. So we're doing another full face of first impressions. I did another video like this a few weeks ago. If you have not seen it, I will link it here on the screen because we tested out more new drugstore makeup. So this is basically a part 2 to that one. So grab a snack, get cozy, or grab all your makeup and your brushes so we can get ready together. And let's get into it and do some glam. Starting off with a new eyeshadow palette. This is just screams spring. It is from LA Girl. It is the Desert Glow Envy eyeshadow palette. I picked this up at Ulta. How beautiful is this? I love the pops of color. So I want to do something really light and pink today. And I'm gonna start, I think, with this like really nice soft brown up top. Look at how big this palette is. That's like one of my favorite things about LA Girl is their variety, but their pan sizes and their bigger palettes are huge. I love it. I already primed my lids and everything. And as always, everything will be linked in the description box if you guys are interested, but I used Rare Beauty eye base. Of course, there's a good amount of pigment per usual. I'm obsessed with LA Girl eyeshadows because they are just consistently really good quality. I love this color. It's a perfect soft brown, but it's also nice and buildable, so it's not too light. With a smaller blending brush, I'm gonna go in with this nice like brown mauve tone shade. I'm gonna add that on the outer lid a little bit. Do you guys hear the birds chirping? Oh my gosh, it is so therapeutic as I do my makeup in my beauty room. I love it. I'm so excited for spring. I used to be such a big fan of fall, like that was my favorite season, but now spring and summer are my favorite. I love fall, but spring and summer is just something about it. It's like the air just feels better. Of course, I have on my e.l.f. eye tapes. We're gonna do a little brown shadow wing, and I'm gonna take this chocolate brown eyeshadow on an angled brow brush. I'm gonna just start applying that right on the outer edge. If you don't like black eyeliner, do brown. It's so much softer. And if you use eyeshadow, it's very forgiving. You don't have to be very precise. You pretty much just follow along the tape and then just do a line basically. And I always take mine in about midway just to keep the middle part of my eyes and like the inner part nice and bright. Oh, that's pretty. That's a nice brown color. It's not too dark, but I feel like it does give a little something. So far, I'm loving the matte shades in this palette. I can't wait to try some of the shimmers out. I'm gonna do a little light purple and pink on the lids. And then I'm gonna take a flat shader brush with that matte pink, and I'm gonna apply that all over the lid. Ooh, that's pretty. Love this shade. I'm gonna build it up. I love a good pastel shade, and this is the perfect baby pink. I like this a lot actually. With a clean brush, I'm just gonna kind of rub the edges of that. Look at the difference. See how much brightness it brings? The pink, it just adds a nice little pop. Oh, I like this a lot. I'm gonna build it up actually a lot too. So I think I'm gonna take this like purpley shade just with my finger. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but it seems like it's a really sheer, shimmery glitter color. So I'm gonna just put that right in the center just to add a very light sparkle. I still wanna keep the pink nice and matte and muted, but I wanna just add a little sparkly touch. You guys know I love my glitter. And this seems like, yeah, it's very subtle. I don't even know if you could really even see that too much because it is actually a little powdery, the eyeshadow. There isn't a ton of pigment to this. I don't even know if you can see that. It's very light. So I think the shimmers are very sheer. They're not like super intense. Let me take a little bit of this color up top. It's more of like a pinky iridescent type of color. That one shows up a little bit more. The purple is really, really sheer. I just want to do this very subtly, very subtle, because I still want the pink to be the main moment. I don't want to lose that. I just wanted to add a little glittery touch. I'm dying to remove these. It's always the best part. Perfect. When people say, why do you do your eye makeup first? This is why, because I always get fallout with my eyeshadow, whether I use drugstore or high-end eyeshadows. Some of them have more fallout than others, but I feel like it's just because I have a heavy hand when it comes to my eyeshadow. I've gotten better, I think, with the complexion, but with the eyeshadow, it's inevitable. So that's why I always say brows and eyes first forever. That is how I do my makeup routine, and I think I will always do that. We have a new mascara and new lashes. This is the Essence Lash Without Limits. I just realized I got the brown version. That's actually fine because it's going to match with this look. But this is the Lash Without Limits Brown Extreme Lengthening Mascara. I love Essence mascaras, and they're literally all like $4.99. Ooh, this looks like it has a nice wand. I didn't even realize I grabbed the brown version, but look at that wand. Essence Lash Princess is one of my all-time favorites. So let's try this out. Ooh, I actually do like the brown. I love what that just did to my lashes. It gave some length. There's absolutely no clumps. I'm gonna do 2 coats. Oh, wow. This is like such a smooth mascara formula. Like, it's really not clumpy at all, and it just gave me so much length and the perfect amount of separation without giving me spider lashes. Are we seeing? That looks really good. The brown color too, I like it. The wand feels nice and flexible. Doesn't feel super hard or like it's hurting my lash band. My eyes are really sensitive, so I'm picky when it comes to my lash wands. Some of them just don't feel good when you're applying them, but this one feels really nice, and it's actually doing something to my tiny lashes. I will say I think my lashes have grown a bit. I use the Ordinary Lash and Brow Serum whenever I remember. Honestly, I'm not as consistent as I once was with it, but I do feel like it works. It does run out really quick though, that's the only thing, but I think it's a good lash serum and it doesn't irritate my eyes. I've tried so many different lash serums, the Grande Lash, Babe Lash, and I'll wake up the next day and my eyes are bloodshot red and irritated, they burn. But the Ordinary Lash Serum is literally the only one that does not irritate my eyes, and I can use it like consistently. I just haven't been because I keep forgetting, but anyways, this is a really nice mascara. I love the wand. I'm actually really impressed with the length that this is giving my lashes. So far so good. All right, now for lashes, I have these little 3/4 length lashes from Allure, and these are the number 14. They're just outer corner lashes. Let me put these on and then we're gonna move into the skin. Okay, I popped on the lashes. I like it, but it's just different. I don't really wear half lashes all that often, but I will say I do really like how lightweight these are. They were really easy to just pop on. And I think if you do like a half lash, you would really like these because they literally don't feel like there's anything on my eyes right now. Let's move into the skin. I have quite a few things to test out, but I don't have a new primer, so I'm gonna just stick to my tried and true NYX Plump Right Back. This is my all-time favorite. I just love everything about this, and it works with a lot of my favorite foundations. So we're gonna just do a little bit of this. This is one of the best primers that's gripping but not too much, and there's also just like skincare and good stuff in this one. I always recommend this if you didn't like the e.l.f. Power Grip. Definitely try this one out. Now for base products, I have 2 different ones here to try out. So first I have the new About Face Skin Infused Foundation. This is supposed to be skincare infused in makeup, so medium to buildable coverage, lightweight, and a ton of good like skincare in here, which I'm all about. I love the applicator and just the packaging overall. Obsessed with it. It looks really nice. I picked up the color, by the way, LM1 Neutral. And then I have the Catrice Soft Glam Filter Fluid. This is supposed to be a Charlotte Tilbury dupe, and I'm curious to see how this compares to the one from e.l.f. This is $10. The one from e.l.f. is $15. So you can get this on Amazon. Unfortunately, you can't get Catrice in stores anymore, which sucks because I love their products, but Amazon for the win. So I picked up the color Light and Light Medium, which we're gonna try out. So I'm gonna do half of my face with this to see how it looks, and then I'm going to do the other half with just the foundation so we can test this out as well, but I want to use both, so that's the plan for today. Let's start off with Catrice on this side. We're going to do a little bit, by the way, the packaging is pretty much just like all of them, but I'm going to do a little bit of light and light medium. Light medium might be a little bit of a better match actually, so I'm going to just mix this in. Fresh foundation brush, and we're gonna just blend that in and see. Oh, it's pretty. It's very sheer. So I feel like the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter and the one from Charlotte Tilbury gives a very light amount of coverage. I mean, it's very minimal, but it does cover up, whereas this one feels a little bit more sheer and kind of just glassy. Like it just gives that glass skin without giving coverage, which is not necessarily a bad thing because typically whenever I use products like this, I use it under foundations or skin tints anyways. It's really just for a glow, which I do feel like it definitely gave a glow to the skin. Look at that difference. That blended in really nicely though. I feel like light medium is probably a better match. I like that it's not orange on my skin. Now on the other side, we're gonna do About Face just on its own, but I am gonna layer this also over top of this so we can kind of see how it looks. So About Face. Let's get into some of the claims. So it says it is formulated with blue agave, winter green. It's supposed to help hydrate, balance, smooth skin, buildable, breathable, medium coverage. I'm gonna put the claims right here, by the way. Vegan, cleanly formulated, and from what I've seen, the shade range is really good on this. So again, I'm using the color LM1 Neutral. Let's try it out. Please match. I hope so. I love this huge doe foot. I'm gonna use another fresh foundation brush. Oh, that's pretty. Gives a little bit of a glow as well, but it's not too much. It doesn't feel greasy or overly hydrating. Oh, that's nice. That blended in really nicely. It almost went on like a skin tint. So this is the About Face side. And then this is Catrice. Definitely, of course, very glowy because that's like specifically what this product is from Catrice. I love the way the foundation blended in. I think, by the way, we do have a good shade match. I've been doing good. I'm so happy. I just love when the foundation looks good, like color-wise. It just, everything is coming together then, and it means it's a good makeup day. So now I'm going to try the About Face foundation over top of this Catrice filter fluid, and we'll see how it looks. It doesn't give a crazy amount of coverage. You can see I still have that little pimple there peeking through. Let me get in here and really buff this into my hairline. I need to get some of those headbands so I can like push my hair all the way back like this. But what I do is I just blend the makeup all the way in so that it looks very seamless. Okay, so this is what it looks like with no Catrice underneath, just primer. I like this. And then this is what it looks like with the Catrice. So it's definitely more enhanced as far as the glowiness, which I'm not mad about, but I think I prefer the side without it because I feel like the foundation already is very hydrating and has a natural luminosity to it. So I don't think you really need to enhance that unless you like an extra super glowy finish. But I feel like it looks really good just on its own with regular primer. The Catrice side looks pretty good. I think this product is nice. Maybe I would use this with different foundations. I don't know if I would use this necessarily with every single foundation. It is very sheer. It kind of gives a similar effect to the Say Super Glowy Gel. I'll put a picture of it right here. That gives you that glass skin and it's very sheer. It doesn't give any coverage. It's really just a primer that's very glowy. And that's kind of what this reminds me of because although there is a tint to this, it doesn't have as much coverage or anything as the e.l.f. Halo Glow or the one from Charlotte Tilbury. But it does give a really pretty glow to the skin. I would probably maybe use this with like a matte foundation or something that's a little bit less dewy, but it does look really pretty. But I think I'm gearing more towards this side right here. All right, we have a new concealer on the block from CoverGirl. This was actually sent to me. I don't know if this is like super brand new, but I've never used it before. It's the CoverGirl Clean Invisible Concealer. I'm hoping the shade is gonna match. It looks a little bit tannish, but this one is in 130. Oh, actually, maybe it will match. I'm gonna do about that much. Oh wow, this is pretty sheer. Very natural. The formula feels super thin. Definitely doesn't have as much coverage as the True Blend Undercover. This formula is much thicker and I feel like it dries a lot faster too. This is much more thin and it just looks very natural. Like, I mean, look at that coverage. I feel like it didn't really do a whole lot. This seems like a very no makeup look kind of product. Oh, I almost just stabbed myself in the eye. But you know what I mean? Like it's going to cover, but in the most natural way. Personally, I'm not a fan of concealers like this. I like a little bit more coverage. If I'm going to use a concealer, I prefer it not to be super natural like this. I want at least some medium coverage. But you might like this if you're not into a lot of heavy duty coverage and you want a more thinner formula. Maybe if you have more mature under eyes, or again, if you just don't like a concealer that's really thick, then you probably would like this. I don't think it's a bad concealer. I just prefer a little bit more coverage, which I'm gonna build up a little bit, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna be an intense kind of concealer. But that's the beauty of makeup. There's tons of variety, tons of different complexion products now at the drugstore to cater to what you like and your preferences. So there's something for everybody. Yeah, this doesn't really look like it's doing a whole lot for me. I don't think the color is the best on me either personally. I may add something else to this because I don't know, it's giving like this really weird kind of shadow on my under eyes, and I don't know if I really like that. I don't think, again, it's a bad concealer. The formula is nice. It's just very natural, and I prefer a little bit more with my concealers. So that is what everything looks like. Wow, this Catrice Soft Glam Filter Duo is like extremely dewy, but in a good way. Like, I think this is really pretty, but you can really see that difference between this side versus this side, which looks much more subtle. So if you want to amp up your glowiness under your foundations, I feel like this is, honestly, it feels like it's a little bit more glowy than the one from e.l.f. and the one from Charlotte Tilbury. Maybe it's the amount that I added, I don't know, but it's pretty intense, but it's still sheer at the same time. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of powder. I do have a new powder actually from CoverGirl. This is the Clean Invisible powder. I typically do loose powder on my under eyes though, so I'm gonna do that and then use this to set the rest of my face. I'm gonna go in with my tried and true e.l.f. Holy Grail e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. It is a holy grail, but the Halo Glow in light pink. And I'm just gonna go in and set. Okay, now let's try out this CoverGirl Clean Invisible powder. I got this one in light beige 133. I'm gonna just use this to set the rest of my face. Doesn't smell like anything. I used to use a CoverGirl bronzer when I was in maybe 8th grade, 9th grade, and I used to put it all over my face, and it had this smell that was so nostalgic. I think they might even still have it, but this doesn't smell like anything. But the fact that I used to put bronzer all over my face, and that was my makeup routine, like that, black eyeliner, eyeshadow, and that was it. Like, what a hot mess. But you could not tell me anything during that time. I thought it was just the it girl makeup routine. This powder looks really good. It really is invisible. Like, it set my makeup, but it doesn't leave that powdery residue. It's actually very smooth. And I feel like it's setting it while still giving like a really kind of natural satiny finish. It's not totally matte, but it's also not fully still dewy, but it still looks very skin-like and seamless. Oh, this is actually pretty. I think I like the powder more than the concealer. For me personally, again, it's not a bad concealer. It's just a little too sheer for me. I prefer a little bit more coverage. I'm gonna finish up my eyes really quick because I want to try out this mascara again from Essence, the Lash Without Limits, on my lower lashes. I'm gonna just do some brown liner and then brown mascara, a little inner corner highlight, and we'll be done with that. And then I have a couple other powdered products to try. I really like this mascara wand. I also love the way brown mascara looks on the lower lashes. I like this. I definitely want to get this in black, but I really like this so far. I think for the inner corner, I might just want to do a little matte pink. I always do a shimmer. I really just love the way this matte pink looks, so I think I'm going to just do this and then mix in a little bit of this matte cream shade. If you have not tried an all matte bright inner corner, try it out. I used to only ever do shimmer, but every time I do a matte inner corner, I don't know, it's just something about it. I feel like it just elevates the makeup look and it adds so much brightness, and it almost pops a little bit more versus doing a shimmer sometimes. I really like it. I love the mattes in this palette, by the way. Like, look at that. It's a very minor difference, but what do I always say? It's all about the details. So this is nice. From what I tried, the shimmers in this palette are definitely more on the subtle side, but I love the mattes in here. These look good. Just gonna do a little brown liner on my waterline, and this one's from ColourPop. It's in Sunnyvale. I'm just adding a little bit of black mascara. This is actually also from Essence. It's the Lash Princess Curl in Volume, just so that it blends a little bit better with my false lashes. I do like the brown mascara. I'd probably use that on its own without wearing any falsies, but I feel like today I needed a little false lash moment and I wanted to try those new ones out, but it just blends a little bit better using black. So, okay, now bronzer. And actually the bronzer, blush, and highlight that I have, they're all from LA Girl. This is the Sun-Kissed Glow Envy Bouncy Bronzer, and this one specifically is in, what color is this one? I think it's only maybe 1 or 2 shades. It's nice though because it looks a little bit cool tone. It's not totally like an orangey bronzer. I'm gonna start, by the way, you can still see a little bit of that glow kind of peeking through on this side. So that powder, like I said, it almost gives you like a satin finish. It sets your makeup, but without giving you that matte kind of look. But this side definitely looks a little bit more glowy with that catrice underneath versus this side, which looks a little bit more on the matte side, but not too much. Ooh, this bronzer has a nice little kind of ashy undertone. Wow, that's really, really natural. Very subtle. I actually really love the undertone to this bronzer. This is a cream bronzer. I thought it was a powder. Okay, well, it's applying really nicely over top of this. Oh, it's like cream to powder. That's interesting. Oh my god. Okay, well, I'm gonna apply it just like how I was doing because that looks really good. I love this color. I mean, it does say bouncy bronzer, so. Oh wow, I did not know that. It looks like a powder, but it's almost cream to powder. It is so nice though. I love the way it's blending. I love the undertone. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Luckily it didn't ruin my makeup. So it must be a good formula because typically creams don't really mesh well over powders. They just don't. But this one seems to be working pretty nicely. I'm going to put a little bit on my nose as well. Okay, so the blush that I have here, it is a cream. It's the Rosy Glow Envy Bouncy Blush. How did I miss that? I didn't even notice. Yeah, this is like straight up cream. But it's cream to powder. When you touch it, it feels very moussey, and then when you actually blend it in, it turns into like a powder formula. So I'm gonna just use it over top of this. I'm gonna use like a fluffy brush so that I'm not concentrating too much of the product but still getting some pigment. Every time I use this brush I always get questions about it. It's from BH Cosmetics and the Nazanin Kavari brush set, which I'm pretty sure is no longer available. This was limited edition. I've had this for years. I love it because it's just like a small fluffy like tapered angled brush. But I'm gonna just put a little bit of this right on the cheeks. What's actually really impressive is that these are creams, I guess because it's a cream to powder. So it is actually blending really beautifully over top of the other powdered products, and it looks really seamless as you blend. Oh wow, that actually looks good. Do you see that color? It's like subtle, but it still pops a little bit. I never do this. This is surprisingly working out really well though. And we're all pink today. I don't like the concealer, by the way. That is just not it, but the products on the face are actually working a lot better than I thought. And then this is also the Bouncy highlighter from LA Girl. So this is gonna be a cream. And oh no, this is actually a powder. That's so interesting. Yeah, okay, let's put that on the cheeks a little bit. Nothing crazy. Oh wow, it has a little bit of a kind of a glittery finish. Do you see that glitter? I feel like this would almost be even prettier as like an eyeshadow. I'm not saying it's like identical, but this kind of gives a little bit of the Fenty Diamond Bomb vibe a little bit, where it feels like that very sheer glitter. Even when you dip your finger in here, you see what I mean? Like it's not a really intense traditional type of highlighter. As I apply it, I'm getting that sparse little glitter. I'm gonna put a little bit of this on my lids. I feel like this is kind of what I wanted with the eyeshadow earlier. Is this like a little Diamond Bomb subtle dupe? Kind of looks like it a little bit. Oh, that is pretty. See, I would definitely probably use this as an eyeshadow over on my face, because on the face it just looks very sparkly, whereas I prefer that kind of effect on my eyes. Oh, this is cute. I don't really love it on the face, but as an eyeshadow, I am here for it. I think it has a little bit of like a, we're gonna do a lip combo though, because I feel like the lip combo always brings everything together. So I did a little short reel on these new Slick Click Fat lip oils from NYX. I have the color link in my bio. It's so funny because I did a short video on these and I mentioned the shade name. I was like, link in my bio, and people thought that I literally meant like the link in my bio like for the shade, but that's actually what the color is called. So I have that one, and then I also have, I might do a little bit of the shade Clout. So I'm gonna do a little combination of both of these, but we need some lip liners. So NYX Line Loud Lip Pencil in Global Citizen. This doesn't really actually match. Do I wanna do like a more pink lip liner? I don't know if this really matches. I think I'm gonna go over that with the Line Loud lip liner from NYX in Magic Maker. It's a little bit darker. And these I love because they're actually transfer proof. Okay, that actually looks really good. Let's go in with the color link in my bio. So with these, you click them up and then you're gonna get basically, it feels like a tinted lip balm with a lot of shine. They also smell really nice. I really like these. I want to compare these to the ones from e.l.f. I haven't used the ones from e.l.f. yet. I'm going to do like a little short video on them, but the packaging on these, I mean, you have to click them up. So if you don't like that, like the ones from Tarte, you're not going to like these, but I do find that these give pretty much a similar effect. There isn't any plumping with these though, so if that's what you're looking for, I believe the Tarte ones do plump. I don't personally care about plumping on the lips, but I just really love that this is truly a shiny lip balm. Like you don't even have to add any gloss with these, and it gives a good amount of color as well. I think they pair best with the lip liner personally, but this shade is really nice. I'm gonna just take a little bit of Clout and put it right in the center just to bring out some of that pink. It's a little bit lighter. I really like these a lot actually. So these are a winner. They have great shades. These are my two favorites out of the ones that I've tried, but they have some other lighter nudes as well. But I think with a lip liner, you can make a lot of different colors work and they just look so much better. But these I really love. For setting spray, one of the newest ones that I've been testing that I really have been actually enjoying is the Marshmallow Setting Spray from NYX. This gives a really nice, comfortable matte finish. It actually does mattify the skin and it smells really good. It smells amazing. I feel like I just want to eat it. Let's chat about some of these products. You guys know the deal. We're doing speed reviews. Starting off with the eyeshadow palette from LA Girl. I think this is so beautiful. I actually love the mattes in here. They're very pigmented, easy to blend. No complaints with them. I feel like the glitters in here are very sheer, but they definitely do show up. I'm sure, especially if you're packing on the color or if you're using your finger, especially with some of these darker colors like the blues and stuff, when I swatch them, you can definitely get some really pretty color payoff, and I'm excited to use more of these because I love a good like sheer glitter sparkle on the lids. I just think it's so pretty, and of course not everybody wants a really intense glittery eyeshadow, so I feel like even though this is a lot of color, I love that there's neutrals and it's just a really fun wearable pop of color palette. So I can't wait to dive into some of these other like glitters in here, like this one, all the other shades. It looks so beautiful. So I can't wait to dabble into some of the other colors. Like I always mention, LA Girl has amazing quality eyeshadows. So if you want a spring pop of color, I think this is beautiful. I can't wait to do more looks with it, especially with this green right here and this blue. It's calling my name, but I really like the look I created today. So I'm also loving these Eylure lashes. I think they're growing on me a little bit more now that I've had them on for like over an hour at this point, but very lightweight. I love that I cannot even feel them, and I feel like for everyday makeup these would be perfect. So I can't wait to use more of these. I also do like this Essence mascara. Hopefully it doesn't flake. I typically don't really have an issue with Essence mascaras, but I love everything about this. It gave length, some separation. The wand is great. It's not too wet. It's not too dry. It's looking like a good mascara, and it's $5. So I'll keep you posted on this, but so far I really like it. As far as the complexion, I want to continue, of course, to test out the foundation and the Soft Glam Filter Fluid from Catrice. This definitely gave a really gorgeous glow to the skin. I probably wouldn't use this with other glowy foundations because I feel like the glow is enough. Maybe with something that has a little bit more of a natural finish, or maybe with more of a matte skin tint or foundation that you want to add a little bit of glowiness to it, you could use this underneath. But I really like how sheer it is. It's very pretty. It truly does give you a nice healthy glow to the skin. I did also like the About Face foundation. I was expecting a little bit more coverage, but I still think it looks really pretty and smooth on the skin. And it definitely gave some coverage, but it's not as much as I thought, but it's still nice. It's very natural. I think the finish is also like really nice because it's more of a natural kind of satin dewy. It's not too much. It definitely looked more dewy on the side that I used the Catrice Glow Booster, but so far so good. I'm gonna see how it wears, but I like the fact that there's skincare in here as well. It just seems like it's a really good everyday type of foundation, like your skin but better, which I love. And the shade match is good, so I'm happy about that. I did not like the Clean Invisible concealer from CoverGirl. It's a little bit too lightweight for me. I prefer something with a bit more coverage, but if you like something thin and you're not looking for a ton of coverage, you might really like this. I cannot believe that these LA Girl Glow Envy products were cream to powders. Luckily, I think that they look really good and they turned out nice. They blended out actually a lot better than I thought over the powders, so that's impressive. I'm definitely gonna test these out under powder, but I like these so far. Anything that can blend beautifully and seamlessly over powdered products gets an A+ for me, so I really like these. And the Glow Envy highlighter, I would probably use this more so as an eyeshadow versus on the cheeks. It's a little bit too glittery for me, but I think as an eyeshadow topper, this is beautiful. I also love this CoverGirl Invisible Clean powder. This truly is invisible. It set my makeup, but it almost gave me a satin finish. I feel like this would be really good for touch-ups, or if you have dry skin and you want to set your makeup but you don't want a matte finish, I feel like this is the powder for you. It is really nice. And then I told you guys I really like these lip products from NYX. Again, they are the Slick Click Shiny Lip Balms. Great shades, great formula. I mean, it literally looks like I have a lip gloss on, but it's just these. They give such a good amount of pigment and that glossy finish, but they don't feel sticky, which I love. So 10 out of 10, definitely recommend these if you want some new lip products in your collection. Let me know which product was your favorite and what you see that maybe is catching your eye, or if you have tried any of these, let me know. Thank you guys so much for being here as always, and I appreciate you guys so much. Check the description box below for all product details, and also don't forget to subscribe for new videos every week, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Bye!